Hey everybody, that hiking guy back with you again. In today's video, I'm going to discuss an upcoming trip that I'm taking, as well as the stove I'll be using and a couple of options for fuel for that stove. So let's go. Okay, so next week I'm going to be attempting the Adventure Hiking Trail. Now, for those of you who don't live in Indiana, it is a 25-mile loop trail, and I'm going to do it over 2.5 days. So anywhere between 8 to 12 miles a day, and I'm going to be doing it ultra light if I can. Right now my pack, I've been packing my pack, and it's already up to 20 pounds, which is still pretty good for a base weight, but I'm trying to get that down even more. So my options are, I'm going to be either hammock camping, yes, I'm going to try that again, probably with my double nest, or I'm going to cowboy camp under a tarp and give that a try. Probably the latter is what I will end up doing. But my trip, it's going to be solo. It's going to be, like I said, over 2.5 nights. And along that time, I'm going to be bringing my own food. And that will add to the weight of the pack, obviously, because I'm vegan and I don't want to use any of the Mountain House meals because they all have meat in them. So that will be a challenge. Along with that challenge, I want to find the lightest stove that I can that will give me the widest range of options for fuel. So let me show you what I got. If you're familiar at all with backpacking, hiking, and camping, you already know what this is, and you already recognize that this is a great stove. So this is the solo stove, and it's the ultralight backpacking one. And I also got the companion alcohol stove to go with it. So I'm going to show you this now as far as what my options are going to be for cooking my food. All right, so let's take this out. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with the solo stove, it is a wood burning or biomass stove, and it's a gasification stove. And you can tell right here, it's got the double chamber. Here's the inside. It's dirty. And basically, the way it works is you collect twigs, wood, you light a fire in there, you put your pot on to boil your water, and you just keep feeding it until your water boils. They also make a companion alcohol stove, and it is it's a Trangia type burning alcohol stove. So I already know that this works with the wood. What I'm going to test out today is this companion stove. I want to see what the boil time is for water. Even though I'm not using Mountain House, I want to see how effective this will be versus my other stove that I did a review on a long time ago, the Ruckus stove. I want to see if this is any better. So let me get this set up and we'll come back and we'll get this started. Okay, so I'm going to show you the steps as well on how to get this filled up and lit. This is denatured alcohol in a Vargo container. This is heat or gas line antifreeze. So we got it filled up. I think we have enough. How much did I use here? 2 ounces. So 2 ounces. So I'll put that inside the stove. Now, part of me is concerned that this is going to be too high to get the water boiling, so I will adjust that later if we find that this is the case. All right, so I also have my zebra pot here filled with about 2.5 cups of water. And let's go to the timer here. All right, so we're gonna start that up. And we will wait for it to bloom before we start the timer. It's going to take it a minute to get all the jets going. And these are inside conditions, keep in mind. So, you know, the conditions that you have outside will be another variable. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. Put that on there and start. Okay, so I will come back when this is boiling and we'll see how long it takes. I'm guessing it's going to take about 9 to 10 minutes. We'll see. So we are back, and interestingly enough, we got, with indoor conditions, we started to get a boil at about 6.5 minutes. So not bad. Not bad at all. Now, this will change when you're outside. I imagine it'll add another 1.5 minutes to it, depending on your conditions. I mean, if it's really windy. One of the things I do like about this is the fact that the stove serves as the windshield for it, and the pot holder, so you don't have to bring an extra windshield. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the Solo alcohol stove. So with 2 ounces, I still have a great deal of alcohol left in there. And Solo also gives you this little tamper that you can put the fire out with. So I'm going to do that now, hopefully. See if it'll work. There we go. So the fire is out, and then if I don't want to pour this alcohol back into my bottle, I also have a waterproof top to it. And I believe the Trangia has this stuff as well. But yeah, overall, thumbs up to this setup. And this is the setup I'm going to try on my adventure coming up. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you out there. Get out there and explore. Peace.